So you guys have not seen me in a while. You have not seen me because, as you can probably see from the title, some things have been happening with me and my Air Force journey, military journey. So I'm just gonna kind of explain what's been going on, okay? So last time you guys heard, well, last video was me talking about I took the ASVAB 4 different times, had to take the confirmation test. It's been crazy. It's just been like a lot, okay? So it was a lot. So I finally got my score. If you guys didn't see that video, I got an 80. That was my final score. So I got that. And then it was just waiting for my recruiter. All I had to do was just, you know, I had to turn in my paperwork, my medical paperwork. Before you go to MEPS and everything, you got to turn in a paperwork thing. They'll just have you list off like, do you have asthma? Do you have cancer that runs in your family? Blah, 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 stuff like that. So I turned that in. First time I turned it in, it was fine. I got it back and they said everything was cool, but I had to retake the test again. So I turned it in a second time. So the first time that I turned in the paperwork, it took 2 weeks. The next time that I turned it in, I didn't hear back from my recruiter until 2 months. Halfway, like 1 month through, I texted my recruiter. I said, is everything okay? Is my paperwork going through? And she told me, oh, it's okay, just wait. It just has to get a waiver from the Surgeon General. And I was like, well, what's that? What do I have to do? She's like, no, you don't have to do anything, you just wait. And I was like, okay, so I'm waiting. So I waited. It had been 1 more month, and finally, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna text her again. She said wait, but I'm like, it's like 1 month after that. So I text her again, and I said, is there any update on my medical papers? And she texts me back and says, oh, I called you yesterday. And I looked, and I saw, okay, she called me. I didn't see it, but she called me the day before. So I listened to the voicemail she left, and it was like, hey, this is Sergeant Blank, and just wanted to tell you we got news back from your for your medical papers. So I was like, okay, that's nice. She didn't tell me anything. So she texts me again, and she goes, I left you that message, but I just want to let you know that your medical papers didn't go through this time, and you've been disqualified. And I was like, okay. So I called her, and I go, what happened? And she says, so sorry, but your paperwork, your medical paperwork, you've been disqualified from the Air Force. And I said, what do you mean? Because it's literally the same paperwork I turned in 2 months ago. The same exact stuff. So how could I have gotten disqualified from the same stuff? She basically said that I only marked eczema on my medical forms that I had. So basically she said whoever looked at my medical forms this time saw that I had eczema, or put eczema on there, and they said no. They sent it up to a higher ranking, so the Surgeon General, which is the highest, and the Surgeon General said no. So after the Surgeon General said no, they said I was disqualified. So I was asking her why all this stuff, like, she didn't really give me an answer. She was like, oh, I don't know, so sorry, but you know, whatever. So I go, what do I do now? What's the next step? Like, in my head, I'm thinking like, okay, what's next? Like, how do we get through this? Okay, disqualified, all right, next, like, all right, let's get a waiver, let's do this, like, let's keep going. And she's like, no, you can either try a different branch. So you can go into a different branch, the Navy, the Army, the blah, blah, blah. But other than that, she's like, I don't know. So by this time, I'm really not even paying attention because I'm just so shocked that what just happened. And so I tell her, okay, thanks just whatever. I go pick up my paperwork from her, and I bring that back home, and I basically tell my brother who has another recruiter, and I tell him, just, you know, give me his number, I'm gonna text him. I came downstairs and I told my dad, we need to get another recruiter. Like, we need to find another one. I told him what happened. He got my brother's recruiter on the line, and he told him what's up, and we went to go see him. And we went there to this new recruiter who goes to a different MEPS, and he looked me up in the database and it said I had been PDQ'd. And I was like, yeah, I know, I've been disqualified. He said, no, you've been permanently disqualified. So that means permanent, okay, permanent. And the whole time, like before, I wasn't like crying, but I was like at the point of just so frustrated. And I just, yeah. So this new recruiter, because he's at a different MEPS, he said that he could possibly try and get one more waiver and send it in, but I'd have to get a paper from my doctor saying I don't have eczema at all, like I don't. Which, funny story, after I left him, I went to another dermatologist to see what they can do, or see what she could do, and she's a doctor, she's an actual doctor, and she tells me that it's not eczema and that I've been misdiagnosed. So, and two people have told me that, two doctors have told me that. And I kind of thought it wasn't eczema because other people, I know other people who have it and they don't have like the same, like if you have eczema, it's like really itchy and stuff like that. Mine's never itchy, like not anything like that. All the symptoms of eczema I don't really have, other than like just the flare-ups, you know? And so so there's that. After I left that recruiter, I was like, okay, I'll try to get this doctor's note for you. I'll go to my doctor, I'll see, you know, if she just gives me paper like says it was misdiagnosed and everything like that. Even if she has to send me to different dermatologists and doctors like that, like that's fine. And I was just ready to like do it, but I wasn't really sure, so I went to the Navy. I went over to the Navy and they gave me the whole spiel about, you know, how great it is and everything they offer, blah blah blah. So anyway, the Navy is a possibility, but they would need that doctor letter as well. So it's kind of a up in the air thing. So I went to that same dermatologist and she prescribed me some antibiotics because she said most of it is just like flare-ups because of the heat and stuff like that. So she's like, you can probably lose a lot of it from just like antibiotics. So I got that. I got some topical cream, but I had also been doing a plant-based diet for a while, and just to help, so like no animal products at all, obviously no dairy and stuff like that, because dairy is inflammatory, so no good. It's been about maybe 2 months since that's happened, and I didn't really know how to tell you guys because I love talking to you guys so much. Seriously, I do. Every comment, I want to get back to you. If I haven't yet, I'm pretty sure I've gotten back to like every comment. But I love conversating with you guys. I love helping you guys through your journey, because I know how tough and annoying it can be, because it is. And yeah, so I actually gained a couple pounds since that time, because stress and just whatever. So the next step for me is obviously I still have to get that doctor's note, because I didn't want to go in there and she see like my skin and be like, oh, it still is that, because I just want to have like a clear, just like clear skin. Obviously I don't right now, but like just clear skin. Do that, get my note from her, get it into my recruiter, and then lose the weight that I still need to do, because I gain weight easily. My new recruiter said even if I do get that doctor's note, it's going to take a long time because they have to redo it, blah, 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 and I kind of already knew that. So I took it upon myself to go back to my school and talk to a counselor, and just in case this really does not work out, like, what is my next step, okay? Because I do not like to do nothing for a long time, just no. So I went to my recruiter, I went to my counselor, and they said I had, like, if I wanted to get my associates there, I'd have to be there for like a year and a half longer, because I've already been there for 2 years, and I am not excited for that because I didn't take a lot of classes because I had been losing the weight. So I was like, oh, I just want to focus on me. I wanted to focus on myself, so I wasn't taking that many classes. But now, if I end up not going to the Air Force or any military branch, I'm just gonna get back into school and yeah, finish school. I talked to a counselor. I've been updating everything in my life. So I updated my LinkedIn account, I updated my resume, and I applied for different things. So I applied for a social media internship at my county office, and that one's kind of up in the air because they want you to know like web development and also different editing software. The editing software is going to be easier, obviously, because I do this and I do photography, stuff like that. But the website development, I don't know. So I tell them, you know, like I'm a quick learner. I need somebody to tell me what to do, basically, for that. Or you know what? Just like I learned how to do all this, I can just look it up on my own and teach myself. But you know, if they wanted a specific way, then they can tell me. Yes, so that's what I'm doing right now. Leave in the comment if this has ever happened to you, if you have got disqualified. I know I saw one video where somebody really did get disqualified, like they're not even trying anymore, and they had eczema and he had been misdiagnosed, and then he turned in another waiver and they said, no, because we've already disqualified you, we're not going to accept you. So that could happen to me, and I'm just rolling with the punches here because I'm not sure. I'm trusting in God that he knows exactly what he's doing, because I don't know what's going on. So yeah, if you guys haven't seen my other videos, I do film, I have one short film on my channel. I have other ones I just haven't posted yet. And then I also have like things talking about film, blah, 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 blah. But don't stop watching my other videos because I still love talking to you guys. I love giving you guys pointers. If you have not seen my 3 steps to pass the ASVAB, you need to watch that. I spent a long time on that, and I think it is like, what, in my opinion, one of the best videos out there, because it literally goes step by step how I got to score my 80, okay? My 80, which I'm very proud of. So even if I don't go in the military, I'll be like, yeah, I got that 80. No, but seriously, if you have any questions, I will try my hardest to answer them. If you're in the same predicament as me, you can, or you can just leave a question or a comment, or, you know, give me some advice. That would be great. Give me some advice. All right? Alrighty. Sorry, this was kind of sad video. Okay. Bye.